Ladies and gentlemen, CocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM, half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got yours truly, the sexiest man on all Internet Wrestling Radio. Boom, boom, here's Shaker Room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Of course, kids, we're going to have a little bit of a news update here. First of all, new information has come out over the release of Big Cass from World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, some of you may have remembered, a lot of us were caught off guard. WWE put out a headline, I believe it was Wednesday morning, saying that WWE has come to the terms, has released William Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Cass, period. And when I first saw that, I was like, well, it sounds like, this was pretty bad. But here's what we're learning now. We're learning that their decision, it doesn't look like it was just like one individual thing. It looked like it was just kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. It was just several little bitty things that just all piled up, and just finally they just threw their hand. WWE had enough and threw their hands up. First, he had some heat where he went off script on that beating up that little person on SmackDown. Remember, according to insider sources from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, that Cass had skipped a rehearsal for that promo, but Kevin Dunn had asked him to be there for it. And then when he went on there and actually did the segment, it went long. I think he did he went off script. He hit the guy, kayfabe, hit the little person another time when he was told specifically. When he asked about it, they told him not to, and he did it anyway. So that was that. In fact, that promo, everything was so bad that reportedly Vince McMahon fired the writer, the person who wrote that. He fired the writer a few weeks ago. There was reports that he had enemies backstage because over, let's just say politics, over his politics contrasted with, kind of clashed with politics of other people backstage. So I guess the moral of that story is, please, when you're at work, don't talk about politics, just period. Just don't. This day and age, fucking don't. So that, and plus on the European tour, he had spent a lot of the time drinking. He was on their tour bus, there was something wrong with the lock. He thought somebody was ribbing him, and he was locked in the bathroom. He kind of freaked out, kicked open the door, broke the door so nobody could use the restroom and have the door closed. So all things considered, they called a big meeting before the SmackDown taping on Tuesday, and they fired him. So that's the new things we're learning. Independent promoters are already looking at, putting Enzo and Cass back together. So where do you think? Do you think it's going to happen, and where will it wind up? So I guess the bottom line is, don't talk about politics. Do what you're told, and there shouldn't be a problem. Always conduct yourself like a professional. Let's see. We've also got more information now. WWE and Ring of Honor butting heads over Madison Square Garden. Okay, this will be for WrestleMania weekend this upcoming year. WWE is doing it in New York, and they usually like to use the Barclays Center for a lot of events. Ever since they've created it in about 2012 is I think when they built that, when they finally got the arena completed. But Madison Square Garden used to be their old stomping grounds. Well, Madison Square Garden was a little upset because they've been snubbed by WWE on wrestling events, and they kind of put out a call saying, hey, we want to run wrestling events here. So Ring of Honor was like, okay, so we'll do that. Now, again, this is from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. They had reached an agreement, but yet they had not signed anything. And this was going to be, Ring of Honor was going to do a show on WrestleMania weekend the night before Mania, which meant it would have run head-to-head against NXT TakeOver. So somebody within the WWE, it was not Vince McMahon, but somebody up there in the WWE had called Madison Square Garden and basically pulled like a right to refuse, legal clause. What that is, I haven't seen the contract. I don't know if there is a contract, but generally speaking, like WWE, and this is like a strong arm tactic that they've used this for decades. So I don't think this is anything new. They'll go with arenas, and WWE brings in a lot of business. So what they'll do is they'll say, hey, if you want us to run here, you can't run any other wrestling promotion, either period, or you can't run it, and I'm just going to make it within 6 weeks of us running. you know, either before or after. You can't do any other wrestling events before 6 weeks before, 6 weeks after us. And of course, it could be a different number. It could be like 3 weeks. It could be 2 months. I don't know. And usually they'll do that, and they'll have like a right to refuse. So it doesn't. And so once WWE found out about Ring of Honor doing that, they just made a phone call, executed the agreement. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's ethical. I'm just saying it's not illegal and it's not unprecedented. Well, Sinclair is completely upset over this because Madison Square Garden made it clear that they were looking for wrestling promotions. So they're exploring legal actions. I don't know if they'll be able to do anything because, I mean, I would have to see like the contract and I would have to be like a legal expert, but I don't know if they've got any ground. But it looks like Ring of Honor may have to find another place. From what I understand, they're calling other people, looking for other venues. And I'm not really shocked. I mean, WWE, they did this. I mean, back in the 80s, I mean, they used to, I mean, this is how they destroyed the territories. They would find the best talent out of everyone, out of every territory, take the top, you know, throw money at them, take them, and then just leave the promotion to kind of struggle. They've stopped other promotions right now calling their track. They're doing that right now in the UK. There was like World of Sport or some kind of independent event or channel was supposed to take place, but WWE signed a lot of the big talent in the UK to like tryouts or talent. So basically, they did just enough to keep them locked down in contractual obligations, so that way they couldn't go anywhere else. I mean, there's already reports now that WWE is going to go hard after Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks when their contracts expire with New Japan. They're looking to go after a lot of people, or potentially go after people involved in the All In event. There's even talks that after that they're not going to release people, that they're not going to. Usually, you know, WWE every year has what they call like a Black Friday. They just start releasing talents by the handful. They're talking about this now. They may either have to hold off on this till the fall or maybe close to the winter time if they do it, because they don't want those talents going to All In. They don't want them going to other promotions. They don't want them, you know, do stuff like Major League Wrestling. They don't want them to do Impact. They're trying to basically kind of cut off the supply line of talent going on. But let me know what you think about that down here in the comment section. And here's something that actually kind of shocked me here, and this just kind of popped up this morning here. It's WWE has made a working agreement with Pro Wrestling Noah. And right now, there's really nothing big on it other than, according to the deal here, this would see Hideo Itami. He would go back to Noah for a show in August. And this is actually interesting because this is the first time in several years, I think since the 80s, that they've had a relationship with a Japanese promotion. That was New Japan way back in the day. So a lot of crazy stuff going on. WWE has just officially announced the dates for the Mae Young Classic. It's going to take place on Wednesday, August 8th, and Thursday, August 9th. Let's pretend to talk. Wednesday, August 8th, and Thursday, August 9th from Full Sail University. It's going to feature 32 competitors from 12 countries. It's a single elimination tournament, and it's going to be on the WWE Network. More miscellaneous WWE news. Jason Jordan is looking like could be back by next month. Of course, he's been out I think he was out before Mania with an injury. So I actually do wish him the best of luck. And it looks like that's everything going on. Comment section. I or Dave will be more than glad to get to it. And see, how ironic is it that Carmella is the last one standing in that NXT? You know what? Originally, yeah, I would have said that would have been surprised because when they hit their peak at NXT, Carmella was still getting booed. People were going along. My name is Enzo Amore. They were going along with it. Hell, they did that with Vince McMahon, in the room. it was an NXT show that he was at, and they were going along with it. I mean, like, these people were fucking over like Rover, but Carmella was still getting booed. Her wrestling was, not great. I remember I watched her and Alexa Bliss stink up a joint, with a bad match. But, she worked her ass off, and Triple H apparently saw something that we didn't. And in hindsight, it looks like he's a fucking genius now, because he knew that he thought that she could do more, be better than just being the hype girl for Enzo and Big Cass. They separated them, put them on separate brands, and, well, the rest is history. If Enzo and Cass are still friends or will become friends again, I think they'll do a tag match together. They're still looking at putting them together. And this is Dragon Rider, to paraphrase Wrestling Rant. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to that guy's page, subscribe to him. He's fucking super awesome. He's a great guy. I'm hoping to get his production value someday. WWE with MSG is like a kid who isn't playing with his toys but doesn't allow anyone else to play with it. Amen. WWE is just kind of stubborn like that. With WWE, it's like a catch-22. It's if we don't want you, then you're not worth a damn. But if an independent promotion takes somebody that they had and makes them a star, it's like, well, they're only a star because we said that they were a star. The only reason people are showing because we made a name choice for them. And how bad is it? It shows that your talent's bad because, he's somebody that we couldn't do anything with. He wasn't, but yet he's running roughshod over your guys. I guess maybe that's what they're trying to think. How much do you think Mr. Dave Coco is marking out about Hideo Itami and Noah? I don't know if he knows yet. When I talked to him last, he was in an independent wrestling event in Japan where Freddy Krueger was wrestling. Yes, you just heard me correctly. No, I didn't believe it, but he showed me a picture, and I'm gonna have to get him to tell you that story. As long as they get Toni Storm back for the Mae Young Classic, I'll be happy. Me too. I think Io Shirai, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I apologize. I hope she, since it looked like she's coming in anyway, I hope that's where they debut her. Hideo Itami had better come back as Kenta. I'm surprised that Noah was working with them again. To be fair, they could use all the help they could get. Yeah, I know. It's what I've heard. Noah isn't doing too well. You have to ask Coco on exactly what's going on. Whereas Dave, again, independent wrestling show in Japan, then going to work because he's going to watch people wrestlers beat each other up and then go teach kids. Who else do you see being released? I really don't want to speculate because there are times when WWE releases people. There's some that are not a big surprise. There are some that are a huge surprise, and there's some it's like, why the fuck didn't they get released? How the hell did you get rid of this person to keep that one? We could probably do a whole show on that. You know what? Maybe I'll do maybe we do like a Stump the Idiot on that one because that seems like a different conversation for a different day. I feel big for Cass. He's 6-month time span. He's out injured. He splits with Carmella, and then he gets released. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. He had a split with Carmella in real life. His tag team partner got fired over that fucking bullshit. Yes, I saw Enzo's music video. God, it was fucking horrible. He got hurt. In fact, the 2 clean losses he did to Daniel Bryan, that was punishment for his shenanigans backstage, especially with the little person going off script. I guess they're trying to show, WWE's just trying to show, man, just, do what we tell you to do and be professional, or you know what, you're fucking expendable. To be honest, WWE's really not going to be hurting without Big Cass. Was Jason? Oh, he's talking about the Freddy Krueger match. Was Jason Voorhees' opponent? No, it was some just regular looking dude. Again, you have to ask Coco. I would also love to see the Mighty do a Noah show too. Yeah, me too. Maybe that'll be part of the deal. They're trying to help. There's got to be something in it for WWE. I think maybe it's arenas, maybe it's a talent swap, maybe they'll do like a talent exchange. Well, they'll bring it because they're going to try to appeal to that Asian market, and with New Japan coming into San Francisco soon. Actually, 2 weeks from this Saturday. And yes, I know about the card. I'll probably get to that in a different show. With that coming in, maybe they're going to try to appeal to the Asian market. They'll try to, because remember, this is World Wrestling Entertainment. Maybe try to get some more. Maybe they'll get some more lesser known guys into WWE, working some dates there, and maybe take some guys that they're not doing anything with, send them to Japan. So, Now, Noah's got help because they've got some little bit more established U.S. talent that maybe their fans would like to see, and then maybe when they get to scout some Asian talent, because I think they might be doing like remember like the UK tournament. I've heard rumors that they were talking about doing like a tournament like that for Asia, for South America, for Europe, for I think the Middle East, because remember they're trying to set up other NXT branches in the world. I think they want to set one up in I think China, or is it Korea? I think it was China where they wanted to set one up. So maybe this is a way to scout that, get a foothold in that neck of the world, and maybe try to take it to New Japan. Chris here should show up and know as well. Well, that wouldn't be a bad pick, and then I don't think it would hurt them too much. Don't you mean World Sports Entertainment? Yeah, pretty much. NXT UK is coming. Yeah, they've been recording this UK tournament. I canceled my subscription to the WWE Network, so I don't know if that's up on the network or not yet. But thanks for the comments here. In fact, if you got any more I didn't answer any, put them down here in the comment section. I'll be more than glad to get to them. I'm waiting for Dave Coco to get off work, and then maybe we can crank out some more shows. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because we're doing this crazy. We're doing like a crazy schedule. We're trying to do shows when we can. So if you hit that notification bell, you can at least be alerted to when we're doing this stuff. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to us on, again, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, so that way we can get our advertisements out to you. We're looking for some reviewers here. We're going into the summer here, so if you're interested, down here in the comment section or private messages, it doesn't really matter. Just hit us up. We'll talk to you. We'll see about getting some. We need to get a few more people in the fold here. Also, check us out, KocoSports.com, KOCOSports.com, your home for combat sports, where the world goes to kick ass, most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. And I'm going to plug it anyway. Buy Dave Coco's book, Operation Freak Show. It's available on Amazon.com. If you happen to read it, just give it a 5-star review, help him out. He's getting ready to write on. He's getting ready to start his. He's actually started on his other novel right now, and a little extra hype might actually help this get published a little bit faster. So thank you all very, very much for joining us. Dragon Rider, Zach Rowe. If I forgot anybody else, I apologize. Thank you very much. So until next time, kids, the boom just went bang, and I am out.